people, I hope you guys are well. Shoningobeni here. I'm so happy to be making this video today, and this video is intended to make sure we talk a bit about TikTok. So I had a very bad experience recently whereby my TikTok account was hacked, and you know how you always hear that this happens to other people, right? But you don't think it is actually going to happen to you. I know we are told you must have security measures, see, to make sure this doesn't happen. You must have two-factor authentications and everything. And sometimes you're thinking, no, man, I've got this on lockdown, so nothing's going to happen to me. Let me tell you, that's exactly what I thought. But clearly it wasn't true. So let me just quickly explain what happened and just assist you in making sure you understand what to look out for, what to prevent, what to enforce in your accounts, and how long it takes, man, for you to get assistance. There's so many people that had their accounts hacked that I watched videos from, and most of them actually didn't even get to have their accounts back. Like, they couldn't get them back, basically. Like, it was just a bye-bye for them, and most of them had very big followings. So I got it back, and it was a very stressful process, and I think it is warranted for me to actually share it. The reason why I'm sharing this journey, and the reason why I'm sharing how this actually worked out for me, is because there were so many hurdles that I had to go through, and had I not been patient, number one, I don't think I would have been able to get it back. Number two, had I not had faith, faith enough to say I will get it back, I don't think I would have gotten it back. And I made a promise to God in my heart, and in a prayer, to say, God, if I get this account back, if I get my TikTok account back, I know I love current affairs, I know I love health, and I know you've called me to both, but I am going to try and make sure I do things differently. I will try and make sure I do things that please you. I'll try and make sure I do things that you will be happy about, and that you will be glorified in as I partake of it. So I don't know how that will be, but I just want to give praise to God for having me just go through that process. It was a long 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, if not mistaken. And the reason why I'm saying it was a long 2 weeks is because I have this account and I didn't realize how important it was in my life, because at the time I had just recently started getting a lot of campaigns, and I hadn't really gotten to fulfill the posting and things like that. And that was on my prayer, Shamgo. Yo, I want to do the social media thing. And then that happened, and I'm just like, what? It feels like nothing's going right in my life. But in actual fact, me getting it back was God saying to me, I actually have your back. And never think because you go through hurdles, it is not meant for you. There is no journey that doesn't have potholes, and every road may have speed humps, but it doesn't mean you won't pass that speed hump, and it doesn't mean you won't get to where you're going. Doesn't mean the road is going to end on the speed hump, to be honest. It just means you're taking it a bit slower so you can regain your strength, so you can look at your surroundings at a slower pace and continue to move on and get to your journey, the journey that God himself wants you to get to. So that's how I took it, and therefore that is also why I need to make sure I share what I did and how I did it, so you guys can understand what to do and what to look out for. So number one, how was my account hacked? My account was hacked by what happened is I received an email. This email, I rarely check emails, from especially from social media, but that email was written verification, like verification badge or verification and something like that. I will attach the email here. I received that email, I saw it, and then I ignored it. But like 2 days later, I went back to that email. I'm like, verification. Initially, I thought it was like verification as in like someone is actually, trying to attempt to get into my account. But I didn't mind because there's no way, it's impossible. But then I'm like, oh, it's actually a badge. Let me go in. I went in, pressed that verification, what, gave me a link, and then there was a site that came out. What the site had was you had to put in your username, and you also had to put in your password, if not mistaken, or you had to put in your username and your number and your cell phone number, something like that. Yeah, not your password. You had to put in your username and your cell phone number. And then when you put in your username and your cell phone number, the cell phone number then received a WhatsApp. So my number received a WhatsApp from an authentication number, a number that I don't know from I actually checked the number. The initial number was from Phuket. It was a Turkish number, and the other one was from Georgia, not Georgia. Yeah, that was in America. And when I checked, I didn't, these things that I'm telling you now, I'm realizing later on when I'm looking at my stuff and trying to figure out what's going on and who actually did this. Maybe I know the person, you know, but in actual fact, not necessarily. It was really honestly hacked. So what then happened is I got the 6-digit number, and I must mention, when I was doing this, I was very preoccupied because I was trying to upload a video on TikTok. I had a campaign for pies, Big Jack pies, and I was supposed to upload a video for them because the due date was on that day. So I was preoccupied when I was doing it, so I didn't really check the email to see if it's the right email. It looked right, it looked correct. I did not have any questions in my head, and I think maybe because I was not concentrating at what I was doing, maybe that's why everything got to where it is currently. I don't know, but that's what happened. And then after that, I took this number. So this number comes in. When it comes in, it goes in, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And then I'm like, okay, give me the number, plus I can verify. So this link does not take me back to using the number and putting it into the link. I don't know if I'm making sense. This number, it's literally your username and your cell phone number. Okay, this number on WhatsApp just gives me a code, a normal way of doing it. A code, it just gives me a code, a 6-digit code. But I didn't have to take that 6-digit code and take it back to any link for me to have it verified in any way. Because I do remember I actually sent a message and I'm like, verify what? Because there's nothing coming in. I'm not answering. That was when I realized, fuck, there's a problem. What I did then was went back to TikTok. When I got back to TikTok, guys, go. My account, you're blocked, your password has been changed. So it was easy for me to realize that something was wrong. Why? Because I was trying to upload something on TikTok. It would have taken a very long time for me to realize it if I was not doing anything on TikTok. I don't think I would have seen it quickly. I was like, okay, how the hell am I being kicked out of my own account? Like, what's going on? How am I being kicked out of my own account and I don't even know what I did? Like, what happened? So now I'm remembering, oh shucks, it's because of that thing. So what I think happened is this person wanted my number, or to make sure that my number is my number, and then wanted to make sure that my username is my username. And what they did then is they hacked my WhatsApp. Do you hear me? They hacked my WhatsApp. So the code that I get from WhatsApp is not just seen by me. They also see that code. So they take the code that is in WhatsApp. They don't need me anymore because I give them my number. They take that WhatsApp, that code, and put it into their side of the system. So they are now closing me out, and then they change the password, and then they change the email address, and then they change my number. The first thing I did was, I can see everything is going blah, 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 like out. But the problem is, it takes long for someone to register that I'm actually being hacked. Like, I didn't think I was being hacked. I thought it was a mistake. So now I'm realizing, no man, all along I'm like being hacked, and I'm like, everything is going out. And I'm like, no man. The thing that saved me is the fact that my account, I use Apple items. I have a MacBook and I also have an iPhone as well. So I used iCloud to log into majority of my things. So I also used iCloud to log into TikTok. So I could log in, and that's how I knew that someone had actually hacked it, because when I logged in and put in my email address, it would say this email is not registered. And when I put in my phone number, it would say this cell phone number has not been registered yet. And I'm like, what do you mean? So initially it would say it is wrong, and then after some time it says it is not registered yet. So what they did is remove the entire thing to make it look like there was no number that was attached to that particular account, right? So then after that, I'm realizing, okay, this is very bad and I don't like this, and I am a fighter, my people. I fight. So I said to myself, if you are the hacker and you want my account, and I don't know why you want my account. For other people, they say because they make money on TikTok, you know, on lives and stuff like that, others hack their accounts, take the money, and then when they get them back, like, they can't really get the money back. But I knew there's no money, because it's not like I don't have time for lives and stuff like that. I never really do that, and I didn't have any money in my account. Apart from that, in South Africa, we don't make money from TikTok except for maybe giftings and stuff like that from lives. So I knew there was no money, and I knew the only thing I was fighting for is my memories, the videos that I made, like, you know, in my archive, and my hard work, man, because I really love TikTok. Like, that's my favorite platform in all the social media platforms that are there, and I think that's the only place I'm actually very active, if I am active. That's how people know I'm alive. Other things, no, not necessarily. So it was a problem for me because I'm thinking to myself, okay, what wrong did I do? Like, what am I supposed to do now? You know, I was stressed because I wanted everything. But apart from that, the greatest other stress is I have 3 other campaigns. How am I supposed to explain the fact that I've been hacked on the last day that I'm supposed to be submitting this thing? It looks like I'm actually lying. It looks like maybe I have excuses. And at the same time, I really wanted this to be something huge, amazing, and something I grow from. So I didn't know what to do with regards to that, you know? So that's the greatest stress. And at the same time, I actually thought it wouldn't take that long for me to get it back. I thought it wouldn't, I really didn't think it would take long. So what then happened after that is, hey guys, I am realizing that this thing is gone. When I fully realized that this is gone is when I saw that there is an email that comes out. That is not my email. So the email, this is the page. So everything I'm talking about, I hope I don't forget to just, you know, overlay everything so you see what I'm talking about and you can follow from the screenshots. This is when I realized my name is not I don't have an email that starts with an A, and this person is a Gmail email. Okay, I see the number. This is not my number, but it doesn't show the full email, doesn't show the full number. I only found out about the full number when the whole thing was actually when I say re-registered or what, I don't know. So now I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to do now? I was so confused. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to go about actually doing this whole thing. So what I then decided to do is guys, I then was like, okay, if you want this account and you're changing everything, you know, I'm holding this phone and I'm realizing this person, every single second of me holding this phone and trying to log in, this number is still being sent, these codes are still being sent to my number. And it looks like this person still has access to those 6-digit numbers. So whether I get the numbers or not, I don't have access anymore. So let me stop these numbers things. What I decided to do is, okay, you changed everything, but I still have my iCloud. So let me open using my face and let me make sure that I write the wrong passwords and the wrong code so that this thing blocks, so that it shows and it flags that there's a problem, something is wrong. You know, I was like, do that, Chonki, because there's no other way you're going to be able to win this one. Make sure you digitize everything, everything that is wrong, so that TikTok may see that there's a problem. So I did that, and it would say your account has been blocked for 30 minutes. Next time I'll do the same thing. Your account has been blocked again and again. The whole day I would do that. The next day again I would wake up and I'd do that. And apparently that actually did help, because when I then reached out to TikTok, they actually told me that the account was flagged and it was blocked because of unusual behavior. And I was like, oh, okay, that actually really did help. So I think that is what saved me from that person not being able to delete everything in my content stuff and things like that. But apart from that, I had also written a support, what's it called? I went to this support ticket thingy and I said, this is a problem, I think my account has been hacked, and then I put in a ticket to support, and then they sent me an email saying they've received that and I should wait for them to respond. I didn't like that process because it took so long, and that's exactly what I'm saying. It took 2 weeks. I don't know if I should walk you like one by one, step by step, I don't know, but I think what I'll do is I'll just maybe at the bottom of this video, I'll just reference, or maybe I'll just say this is where the information that I received comes from, and this is where you can go and check for, because I got the information that I got was also from other people, how I was supposed to do like number one. Okay, I am so sorry. I am so sorry for everything that is changing. The light is changing because it's getting, yeah, I'm sorry, it's getting darker, and I was using the normal light to film, so I'm sorry if the colors are not the same. But I wanted to say the first thing I would say to you, that I would advise you to do is, if someone has blocked it and you can see it very quickly, make sure you also block that password. Make sure you block it so that TikTok can flag it. Just put in the wrong 6-digit numbers so that it doesn't just affect you, it also affects the person that has this particular thing, because that's how they'll see it's a problem. The second thing is, unfortunately, sometimes if you don't quickly respond to this by sending maybe a message or an email very quickly, the person that has your information can fabricate the information and then claim that account as theirs because they now have your information. This particular hack went to an extent of having my entire iCloud hacked. Like the whole iCloud was hacked. Like my phones, I could see. I'm just like, you hacked. Like, how the hell did you get? Like, I didn't understand. I really didn't understand. At some point, I'm actually even thinking, I know, man. I think I was hacked by someone I know right now, because I'm just like, what do you mean? But the problem is I don't have as many people that I know, so it's not as easy for me to believe that part. Yeah, and the people I know don't have the capacity to hack me in that manner. But anyway, everything was hacked. I had to change passwords for everything. So what they advise you to do on TikTok is to change the email address that you would use. So let's say I used shonyungobs@gmail.com, which is as an email initially. That was for that particular thing. What I would then have to do is I will then have to do something completely different. I will need to choose another one so that the hacker does not have access to this new email whereby TikTok communicates to me, right? So the first thing that I did is after that happened, I went to TikTok. And when I went to TikTok, I'm sorry I can't show you my this, but I think maybe I'll do a screen recording. I went to TikTok, I went to profiles, I went to my account here. You see it says switch account, and then that was where I would say add account. When I added the account, it would give me sign up for TikTok, right? It would say login. So I went to the login. The reason why it was easy for me to do the login is because I had a facial recognition, right, for my account, but it was not coming out from the accounts that were actually there. It was the only account that was not coming out. I have a lot of TikTok accounts, but it was the only account that was not coming out. All of them were fine. That one was not coming out at all. That's how I also knew that there's a problem. And then what I said then was there's a question mark on top, on your top left. You go to the question mark. When you go to the question mark, it's going to show you, it's going to load, and it's to show you information whereby there is frequently asked questions. You go to those frequently asked questions, and it will give you an option to recover your account. There's recover your account, forget password, suspended account, adding multiple accounts, stuff like that. Go to recover your account because your account has been hacked, right? In most cases it may not work. It will give you an option to do what? To look up your account. When you look up your account may not come out here. Mine was not coming out of here where I needed to say recover. It would, when I would say it, it would say there is no such user that is like that. And then I would go to search by phone number. There's an option to search by phone number or search by username or search by email. All those did not work for me. So what ended up happening is after that, I would say search by phone number, right? And it doesn't come out. It would search, and then if it doesn't come out, there's a small thing that says try again or request support. I would then press the request support. The most important thing is to find a way to get support. And then you go here, it gives you options. Now you're talking to a robot. On TikTok support, write a very short message that is straightforward. Write your account name. Hi TikTok, please help urgently. My account has been hacked. That's what you would say. My account has been hacked on this and this and this date. I realized it now. This is the account. This is, and I don't know how to get to recover it, basically. So if you do that, then it's going to send that message. It will say, we're going to send that message. And then you see my account was hacked. It gives you options like my account was hacked. And then you will write information. Go, what happened? Did you delete your account in the past 30 days? I'm sorry. So that is what you would do. And then send as many messages as you can. Send as many messages as you can. Also try by all means to make sure you send an email to TikTok. That's what helped me as well, because I sent an email to technical support on TikTok. And every single day I would log in a support ticket. Every time I logged in a support ticket, on that support ticket I would write the first support ticket date that I logged in, the initial one in, to make sure that it doesn't confuse anything. Then after that date, I will also say I am following up because you're not responding to me. This I did for every single day, maybe 5 times a day for 8 days. For 8 to 10 days. That's what I'm saying. I was patient and I really wanted my account. And the last day was when they responded to me, TikTok responded to me and wanted me to give them information. The information is what is important that you must have. And I would advise you to make sure you have this information and you know this information off by head. You can get this information from your TikTok account right now. What information they need is they will ask you, what is the name of the, I need to actually read it out so I'm not mistaken. Okay, let me quickly just read this email. Let me just quickly read this email so you can see it, so you can understand. It says, hi there, thank you for contacting TikTok. Your account at Shongingobeni has been locked to prevent any unauthorized access, right? In order for us to further process your request, please provide us with the following information to verify your ownership of the account. This is very important, and this is what I want you to make sure you have. Even if you're not hacked now, have this information, because it was so hard for me to get this information because I didn't think this was going to happen, and it took so long. What they want is your sign up date, your sign up month and year. So the day that you signed up, the month and the year. Some of us don't remember. Some of us maybe don't even remember what email you used, things like that. You must remember, you must have it, and it is there on your profile. So make sure you screenshot it for a rainy day. You don't know when it will come, but it's important. The second thing they wanted was the registered login location, the city and the country. So where I registered, like where I was when I registered on the first day, the location of the place, the city of the place, and the town and the country. And then they also wanted the registered login device, the first phone model. So they wanted the phone model that registered. So you need to remember, like, which phone I had. I actually had an iPhone 7 Plus. That was a long time. That was plus minus 5 years ago. I had to remember that because I responded and they said it's wrong. Initially I thought it was an iPhone X. They said no, it's wrong. Actually, you didn't. And I'm like, what? And I had to. And you can't get it if you don't have this information. That's the third. I'll post everything here. Ne? The fourth was the phone number, and the country code, and the email that you used. And if you have any Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, or Google, or Apple account usernames, or something that you have used TikTok to connect to, so they can have some form of reference. And then also, I'll take the screenshot of anything that you've used where you've logged in using TikTok. So I literally just took screenshots of every single profile I had, pictures of myself, my ID, explanations of everything. And the reason why I got the information was because I was using Apple. And when I went to Apple ID, I went to the Apple ID to go to the history of the app. If you need me to show you that, I will show you. Please just comment if that's a need. And then I got everything there. I literally got when I registered, where I was, what was going on, which phone. Some things didn't have, like, some information didn't have the phone. I had to just remember because I could remember the day, like it's giving me the day and the time and stuff like that. But others don't have the luxury of that. I don't really change. I've never changed my number, so I knew it was the right number. In 2020, when I created TikTok, I knew it was locked down, so I was at home. It was in February 2020. March. So definitely I was at home, it was locked down. So I knew such information was right. I just didn't remember when and how. So please make sure you have that information. And I'm hoping this information is going to help you really, really, really much. I took my time to do this, and I hope God is happy. And I hope He can help you, and the information itself can help you to make sure you also get back your account. I am so happy to be of assistance, and I hope you find love, rest, and help in all this. From me, Shongingobeni, signing out. Please don't forget to like, to subscribe, and to comment on anything you want us to continue to cover. If you have any questions, please reach out. I am more than happy to assist you. From me, I love you. Bye.